What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at the best players in each position under 100,000 coins. The one thing that I've definitely found from doing this whole list is players are a bit expensive nowadays. We have definitely got a fair few positions where I'm like, I would definitely go a bit higher on price. In terms of goalkeepers, pretty standard. We've got Donnarumma added to the mix as a road to the final. If you do think PSG can make it at least semi-far, to be honest, it doesn't even have to be all the way. Would be very interesting to see a playstyle plus Donnarumma with a 5-5, but realistically, are they going to win the Champions League? That's down to you. We have got Ederson from the Team of the Year honourables. Nice little shout for Ederson, gets a bit of an upgrade. Alisson, being a Team of the Year, is not going to be in it. Courtois, still one of my favourite gold goalkeepers. Ter Stegen's definitely there for an inform if you're not after a gold. And also Dudek, as heroes seem to have been left by the wayside, as we've now been told we're getting future star icons. I'm just thinking, when's the next hero promo coming?
If your team's looking like this, then I have the place for you. Head over to U7Buy for all your coin needs. They're cheap, fast, and reliable, but make sure to use JT11 at the checkout for 6% off all of your coin orders.
Now, looking at fullbacks, we've gone a bit basic again. I have thrown in Lodi, even though technically you can't actually get him as an SBC. There is urine review picks that they normally do, so there is a potential, but just to highlight, the levels of that card is absolutely brilliant. Going from the rating he was all the way up to an 88, slide tackle plus, that is not a bad card if you took the gamble on that pro. And to be honest, it's kind of what we see with a lot of these upgradable cards. Sometimes they are worth the gamble in just doing them. We then have Olga as Team of the Year honourable, we have Lamptey, and we also have Ashley Cole. I'm not normally a big fan of Ashley Cole's icon, in fact, but in terms of under 100k, the pickings are a little bit slim. Olga definitely coming in nice with some great links for Liga F if you are looking for more of a team completion rather than necessarily specifically player. Lamptey I quite like, just the fact that he can play both sides, but he has the long ball throw in plus. Not a big fan of that. I think that is pretty useless. But in terms of the card, great pace. Defending could do a bit of work, same as dribbling and also physicality, but it's a start that we can go with and maybe an evolutions for him. Ashley Cole is more just a cheaper icon. Looking at the right hand side, a little bit better. I feel like the right backs have definitely got a good variety from low end budget all the way up to the top. We got Di Lorenzo. I know he does have a higher version, but again, that is an SBC, whereas 33,000 for his Trailblazer, it's definitely not a bad price whatsoever. Baude, absolutely brilliant. Again, like Lamptey, can play both sides. 4-star, 4-star. He is normally left back, I believe, but he is in the right back role because we've already got Lamptey there. But still a very good card for 88,000. Again, like Olga, has plenty of links to go along with it. Klaus, again, has a better version, but is astronomically expensive for just one more rating. Honestly, always go for this one. For like an extra, I want to say it was like 150, 200k, you could get the 88. I just do not see the worth in that. You've got the team of the group stage, currently coming in at 307,000. I can tell you right now, 1 pace, 2 shooting, 1 passing, dribbling, defending, 2 physical. That is all you get, and a long ball throw-in plus. I don't think that's worth it at all. And one of my favourites, Arejo. Great body type. Whether you'd play him right back or centre back is totally down to you. I feel like he can slightly do the right back role. I would prefer him in centre back, but as a price, I would go in right back at the moment. Now, I did look at the centre backs and think, is that it? Genuinely, there is not a lot of centre backs for under 100k anymore. Virgil is always going to be number 1. Honestly, any version of him still is just fantastic. I still use his gold next to Maldini at the moment, so it works. Virgil in the past, 5-6 years has always worked. He is one of the best guards that you can physically get. I'm pretty sure if we do go into generations, what do we got going on? So we have got literally 90 on the centre back, could go to team of the season. 89 could go to team of the season. 90, 88, so where he started to kind of get his break. Even then, you'd argue that card eventually at the 88 in the January window could have gone all the way to team of the season. It's always the case with Virgil, and he's always very, very cheap. If we was to partner him with under 100k, Kim Min-jae, definitely overlooked a little bit. We did get a brand new one for with Team of the Year Honourable, I want to say. 89 rated with the aerial. He's got bruiser on this one. Lengthy though. Great pace. Defending physical and a high end. One that you definitely don't need to be missing out on. Gomez is exactly the same. Very kind of nostalgic in what we got from FIFA a fair few years ago. Hasn't quite lived up to that potential, but most definitely has a nice Thunderstruck and maybe even an Evolutions later on down the line. And if you wanted an icon, Sol Campbell's probably going to be your best choice there. Love his Thunderstruck, and I think in terms of the difference between the Thunderstruck and the base is not an incredible difference. And just like Lodi, we have Van der Boomen, again an SBC player, 36,000 coins in an inflated market. Is absolutely crazy that this card went all the way. He is now 90 rated, first touch plus, 4-star, 5-star, a cracking card if you wanted to get him. Obviously he is going to be more year in review pick now, but we do have a fair few midfielders that can go in that rating as well. We have Valverde, even though he is a gold, and I must admit, I don't think I see many golds at all other than Mbappe and also maybe Courtois, that's my keeper, and obviously Virgil. But in terms of midfield, you predominantly see evolutions, icons, team of the years. To be honest, a lot of team of the year loans at the moment. So you probably wouldn't necessarily go for him, but I still think he is definitely worth a look in if your midfield is absolutely in the mud. We've got Barella, Bellingham, Goretzka, all with better versions, but in terms of under the 100k, I still think they can give you a move. I'd definitely be looking more at a Bellingham, Goretzka. I feel like with Goretzka, Bellingham, Barella is kind of that free-star. We need a bit more from him, and I think we did get the team of the group stage, I want to say. Free-star still. 462,000, which is just absolutely insane. But when the chips are down, if you need a Serie A Italian midfielder, he's the one to go for. Now, one that he's coming in with clutch pricing, that has gone up. That is unbelievable. 104,000, which he should have been. He was 98,000, literally 2.5 minutes ago. So that card is, to be honest, is worth the extra 4,000. Knock it off Van der Boomen's price. He is brilliant for the price. Great rating, double play style plus, especially being incisive as well. One upgrade in terms of double play style plus from his Thunderstruck. So unfortunately it isn't no stats on him, but it is that double play style plus, which is perfect. And he is a silky dribbling midfielder. Definitely one to look at if you've not finished a Zidane, a Zico. You haven't got that box to box with more of an attacking element. Grimaldo, another one very much like we've seen with Trent, Acuna, Atal. He is a very good centre mid from left back. Very balanced throughout the stats. I'm an absolute big fan. Anchor, Shadow, absolutely works in that midfield. We have one of the SBCs that is available still for an icon, and it's why I do think Suker, Trezeguet, Hernandez, they're all not terrible cards for the price. Some of them are over 100k just, but most of them are around that sort of budget. And I think for 100k, you look at them and you think, okay, I can get all the links I need. This list is not designed for the end game of end games. They're going to be constantly changing. It's why I keep my list updated, because as we go through the game, some players should go down in price. When we see an 88 Bellingham, but he's got a 94, he's got two 94s and a 95, we should see the 88, the 89 coming down in price, so we could pick up the pieces there. Talisca, always been a nice option, especially with a radioactive promo. I love the dynamic mixed with the kind of greeny yellow, works really well with Al Nazir, and I think in general, the card is normally a very good cam card as well. And then Goretzka, we've already spoke about. Then we have the wing, again a few decent options, maybe not necessarily the top of the top. I just wanted to address Teller. Honestly, I think he's just worth getting because this is probably one of the most bug cards that we've had all year round. The silver, every time you bought him on the market, would go to his road to the final. If you got his road to the final, it'd go to a 98 evolutions. What was it, yesterday or the day before, if you had the road to the final, it was going into a gold rare. So we had an 86 gold rare teller. Honestly, I don't know what's going on with this card, but genuinely, I don't understand anything that is going on. I would personally just buy one to stick him in the club and hope that you get some sort of compensation for having him. But in terms of actually himself, great pace, shooting and passing could do with a bit of work, same with a little bit of dribbling, composure's on the lower end, but the rapid plus for the price that you're paying, definitely not the worst card you could get. Kvaratskhelia, 5 star, 54,000. If you went for the 86 and did finisher, you would have got an 89 Kvaratskhelia. But I do think in terms of what he offers, maybe yes, he doesn't have the playstyle plus yet, but a 5-5, great stats. If you can link him, you've got Barella next to him if you really wanted to, maybe a Serie A striker. He's definitely going to give you some nice wing play if you wanted to go more of a skill route. Same as Neymar, same as Salah, gold rated, and most definitely some of the more meta cards that we've got better versions of. But even then, if you're looking for just cheap and cheerful, Neymar will still give you a good amount. He's got the Trickster Plus, which definitely works with that 5-5, and Salah still has that finesse. Maybe yes, it's not as broken as it once was, but he still can do it down that wing. Same with Diani. Honestly, a phenomenal striker. If you could afford to go one up for her, I definitely think she is 100% worth it, especially in that honourable. It's 590, which is a little bit more of a price pull. You could go for the Thunderstruck that is 520, so to be honest, both of them over $500,000. But even then, I could still consider the 89 doing some work in the lower divisions. If then we look at the rest, we've got Suker, like Trezeguet, always worth a punt if you've not necessarily got a standout winger already. 100k and under, not terrible. Diaz does have himself a lovely road to the knockout, I want to say, but again, that one isn't necessarily light years above this one, but in terms of price, is a little bit expensive. I think we've got the 89 coming in at 635. We've got 64k, and realistically, passing is kind of the big one, and physicality, I'm not too fussed about that. That is absolutely fine to have that sort of lower ability for literally 10 times less the value. Malin's always been a great shout. He is annoying on that wing. Genuinely, whenever I've played against him, normally it is against the 89, the evolution that you could have done. He just works really well for some reason, and it is frustrating as ever because he just absolutely bombs past you. Same as Inaki Williams, looking very cheap on the dynasties. Same as Berardi, down the wing, it's great play. They've got a little bit Dead Ball Plus and obviously Travella Plus. It works in their own element, but I think in terms of the cheap wingers, they definitely are worth a mention. And then in terms of strikers, now this was very difficult because all of us know strikers are probably one of the most expensive positions. Because A, we have SBCs that are just through the nines. We've obviously got a Tevez UCL hero. We've had Mbappe, Eusebio, Henry, multiple others that are on a certain level. Aubameyang could have fit in this list if he was an SBC for the radioactive. Still, we have got now the player of the month that's just as good, but a little bit over the 100k value. So we are now kind of picking players that you necessarily wouldn't go for, and to be honest, with the amount of players I've seen with Eusebio, Dalglish, Mbappe, I'd imagine a lot of people don't need strikers anymore, but these would be my under 100k. I think Kamara is a great, very, very bog standard striker. Great pace, shooting can be worked on, little hunter, finisher, whatever you need. He's got the 4-4, very cheap option for 22,000. Barnes, I thought, was a massive upgrade from his base. I loved the base card for Barnes this year, but I did think the Winter Wildcard just added that little bit of spice to him. We have Osimhen and Sorloth as the informs. Sorloth brand new, but lengthy down the front is absolutely brilliant. Osimhen very similar as well. Coming in a bit more expensive, but rating does kind of equate for that. Again, great pace. Body built like a brick, he should be able to go forward and really get you some goals. Whereas then we look at kind of a Voler, waiting for the hero upgrade for him. He needs that 4-4, a 91, bit of a better playstyle plus, and just dominate. Whereas Sanchez, again, coming in very high at 99. Flair playstyle plus will work a little bit. 5-star, 4-star. Got some very good stats. And to be honest, other than maybe the body type being a little bit leaner, I would suggest wing play for him. But you could use him in a dual partnership. You could go him and Osimhen and get Kvaratskhelia on the wing as well if you really wanted to. Or you could go with our lovely Serie A striker here.